It's been about 1 month since the NBA Finals came to a conclusion and the Denver Nuggets were crowned the 2023 NBA champion. Hopefully enough time has passed and now people start to give Nikola Jokic the respect he deserves, while at the same time solidifying him as one of the greatest centers to ever play this game, if not just one of the greatest players in general to play the game of basketball, while at the same time doing it in such a unique way that we've never seen before. More importantly, I hope this serves as a reminder just how nice Jamal Murray is. The Denver Nuggets back in the 2020 bubble when Jamal started to really put the league on notice and was going ballistic, made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals where they would lose to the eventual champs, the LA Lakers. Next two postseason runs following that ended up in the Denver Nuggets getting bounced early. What do the 2021 and the 2022 playoffs for the Nuggets have in common? Both times the Nuggets didn't have Jamal Murray. And all people could think about was how far could these guys have gone if they had Jamal Murray? This playoff run we got our answer. Back in the Western Conference Finals, rematched up against the Lakers and he dominated that series. With so many talented superstars and stars and guards in general just across the NBA, and not to mention playing in the shadow of Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray often gets lost in the shuffle. But hey, that's cool, because once the postseason rolls around, Jamal Murray has no problem putting on the show and reminding us all how good that man really is. Before we get back to the video, man, just real quick, be sure to drop a thumbs up on this video if you're feeling it. Hit that subscribe button to help the channel out a ton, and even turn on post notifications to know when we drop videos over here on Self Check. Let's get back to the video. Back in the 1962 NBA playoffs, the Los Angeles Lakers, led by Elgin Baylor and the logo, Jerry West, made it all the way to the finals where they would face the Bill Russell-led Celtics with Sam Jones and Bob Cousy in a tough, hard-fought series that went to an overtime Game 7 with the Celtics ultimately taking home the championship thanks to a Herculean effort by the late great Bill Russell. With 30 points and 40 rebounds. Even in the losing effort, West and Baylor themselves still had great outings, combining for 76 of the Lakers' 107 points. Even in defeat though, the Baylor and West duo made history, putting together one of the greatest playoff runs by a superstar duo, becoming the first pair of teammates to ever average at least 25 points or more a game with at least 10 games played during that postseason run. It's actually a pretty exclusive club, and if a pair of teammates make this list, then they're a part of some pretty elite company. Across the history of the NBA, it's only been done 19 times by 10 different duos, and only 5 of those duos have secured a championship when doing so. Elgin Baylor and Jerry West, the Suns duo with the 90s of Kevin Johnson and Charles Barkley, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, Kobe and Shaq, LeBron and Anthony Davis, LeBron and Kyrie, and the 10th spot goes to Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Every superstar needs them a right-hand man to help them win a championship. The history of the game has shown us no lone superstar can win a title by themselves without the help of another star teammate by their side. There have been a few exceptions to this rule though, but for the most part, those are pretty few and far between. And if you have a dynamic duo that games complement each other perfectly, that makes it even better. Jokic and Jamal have, to me, in a way, is almost similar to what LeBron had with Kyrie those 3 years in Cleveland. When you have a pass-first superstar player who looks to get his teammates involved first, opposed to getting their own, pairing them up with a co-star who can take the pressure off of them and get buckets is more than ideal. LeBron could dictate the flow and pace of the game strictly off just his passing alone, and then he could get into attack mode and go get his own whenever he felt like he needed to. And then if he needed a break on a few possessions, he could throw the ball to Kyrie and go let that man run off some buckets, and even trusted his bucket getting ability so much to the point where majority of the time it was Kyrie who was taking the last shot. And I can recall that happening on numerous occasions. Jokic has that similar chemistry with Jamal. Make or miss, Nikola Jokic has no problem with Jamal Murray taking that last shot. It's not often that you see Jokic struggle, but if he does, Jamal can activate and carry the load with his ability to score on all 3 levels. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all know who has the most 40-point games in Denver Nuggets playoff history? It's not Allen Iverson. He don't even have one. Not David Thompson. Not even Carmelo Anthony. Not even Alex English. Not even Nikola Jokic. It's Jamal Murray. Jokic's passing combined with Jamal's scoring ability complement each other in a way just about as well as you could ask for. But this tandem is even more deadly when the two of them are in the 2-man game playing pick and roll or pick and pop. Take your pick. You're getting cooked either way. The wildest thing is either or can be the screener, and it's going to end up in the defense taking their pick on how they would like to be cooked. You want to pick and roll with Jamal handling and Jokic screening, or you want to pick and roll with Jokic handling and Jamal screening. At this point, it's pretty much unstoppable, and each time the defense is pretty much at their mercy. If Jokic is setting a screen for Jamal, they doing a handoff. As a defender, best of luck getting around that Jokic pick, because big fella uses all of that 7 foot 250 frame when he's setting those screens, leaving Jamal with momentum going to the cup against a big. And if that big is in drop coverage, it's good night, sweetheart, because that's too easy. Jamal Murray is hard enough to check as it is. The last thing you want to be doing is giving this man freebies. During these playoffs, he was top 10 in field goals made, above a lot of y'all favorite players when it comes to getting these buckets. You can't trap the pick either. Jamal's passing may not be Jokic's level, but try to double up if you want to, and I'm willing to bet money Murray will make the right play. And if Jokic has the rock and Jamal is setting the screen, oh boy. More than likely, a guard is going to end up on Joker. Some of the best bigs in the league can't even check Joker. We literally just seen this man go through Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, DeAndre Ayton, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, and that's like 5 of like the top 8 to 9 bigs in the game just right there alone. Which means the defense is going to double, which means open shots for the Blue Arrow, who just gets to fire away. When you think about some of the best three-point shooters when the playoffs roll around, who comes to mind? Splash Bros, Dame, Reggie, Ray. Jamal Murray come to mind? Check this out. Jamal Murray has put together 2 of the top 20 most made threes in a playoff run by a player in the postseason twice. Past postseason where they just secured the chip, he knocked down 59 threes. And down there in the bubble, he knocked down 62 threes. Listen, whenever you're towards the top of any three-pointers made list with the likes of Clay and Steph, you know you're a real shooter. No matter what counter a defense comes up with, the Jamal and Jokic pick and roll has the answer for it. As a defense, you double Jamal, you're getting burned. Double up on Jokic, you're getting burned. Let one of them play one-on-one is probably your best bet, but you probably gonna get burnt too. Honestly, all you can hope for is that you just play good straight-up defense and just pray that one of those dudes miss. With his most recent performance in the 2023 NBA playoffs, the discourse in the basketball community surrounding Jamal Murray now is he a top 10 point guard? When you look across the landscape of the NBA today and you look at the point guard position, he definitely has an argument to be maybe in that bottom half of that top 10 point guards list. I can't put him ahead of Wardell, Luka, Dame, Shea, Trey, Ja, Fox, or maybe even Jalen Brunson. All of these guys are number 1 option and leaders on their respective teams and led their teams for the majority of the season and had amazing season or at least put up phenomenal numbers. 9 and 10 are a toss-up for me because there's still a ton of talent I can place into those spots, like Kyrie. Even though nowadays he's more of an undersized 2 guard at this point in his career, you can say that's what he's been for a while now, or damn near for the majority of his career, playing next to ball-dominant guys like Bron, Luka, and Harden these past few seasons. So I won't even count him in this. If I ever make a shooting guard list, I'll find a spot for Kyrie on that. You got guys like Harden and Holiday who I can put up in there, but Holiday is supposed to be stamped as the best perimeter defender in the league by the players and got sunned by Jimmy Butler in a way I've never seen before, or at least that I can remember at this moment. But at the same time, James Harden went out sad. Again, to his credit, when he was good, he was really damn good. And at this stage of Harden's career, his inability to remain consistent is becoming an issue. That's why it's harder for me to kind of put him towards the top of this point guards list. So the 9th and 10th spot are up for grabs, and it's basically Jamal Murray versus the guy who's supposed to be stamped as the best defender and got cooked. And if y'all forgot, go watch the highlights. I'm telling y'all, Drew Holiday was out there getting cooked. Versus the guy who flamed out yet again in the playoffs. But I think I'm gonna let Jamal Murray have that 9th spot, and I'm gonna give the 10th spot to James Harden. But if he pulled that again next playoffs, he not top 10 for me no more. I'm sorry. Jamal's absence from the game following his injury back in 2021 definitely led to a lot of fans of the game developing amnesia. That's cool though, because after a long and grueling road to recovery, Jamal Murray this year returned to the game to remind us all how good, and even at times during this playoffs, how great I'll even say he can be. It honestly makes for a great comeback story, with the perfect ending being Jamal Murray hoisting up the Larry O'Brien trophy with his guys, and him now crowned as a 2023 NBA champion.